I believe we're live, Marie.
Yes.
Guys, I'd like to welcome you back once again. This is Alternative Influence. My name is Terry, and I want to introduce you to Marie. Say hi, Marie.
Hi.
And where are we today?
We are at NEG Playhouse here in Spring Hill. It is a place for gymnastics, tumbling, and open play for kids.
So, and this was the grand opening weekend, correct?
Yes.
And what does NEG stand for?
Nashville Elite Gymnastics.
So you have a gymnastics background.
Yes.
Your whole life?
Whole life.
Born in the gymnastics gym.
Pretty much.
Born and bred.
Yeah, my mom started me when I was 2 years old, and I was actually too stubborn to play any other sport. So my mom tried to put me in basketball, all of that, and I sat in the middle of every field, every court, refusing to play. It was always gymnastics, and even when I retired after 16 years of a gymnast, a week later, I found myself coaching, which led me to here.
And here you are.
Yep.
So this is a great business model, and you're catering to kids, obviously. Similar. This is me asking for them. I know.
Yeah.
Is this similar to a daycare?
No, that's a total different classification.
Sure.
Legally and tax-wise, that kind of changes everything if we did that. So for our open play stuff, we do get that question a lot, actually. Yeah. Open play is where kids come in, but they're monitored by parents, and with that, parents are watching them. They get to hang out here as long as they want, but it's just a different version of gymnastics instruction, basically.
Sure. Cool. Well, that helps. So real quick, how do we know each other?
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah?
Yeah. We met through Denver.
That's right.
My boyfriend.
Yes.
And I think the first time I met you was at the Calisthenics Games.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. So
what did you think of the Calisthenics Games back then?
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Being in the gymnastics world, you would think I would have heard of it. I didn't even know Denver was really competing the way he was. We had just started dating, and he's like, come watch me. I was like, okay. So I was just sitting by myself in this little corner watching everybody do things, and that was when you were at the what was the rock?
Yeah, we did at the Crag.
Yeah, at the Crag. So yeah,
the early years.
Yeah, so you were there, and honestly, from that moment, I learned about you guys and your staff you had at the time. Just drawn to what you do and the way you grow and the way you interact, just with people. I think it's been amazing. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate that, especially in reflection to an event like that, much like you just did today.
Yeah.
You feel like you're just bouncing off of everything.
Right. There's so much going on, and then that was a couple of years ago. So how long have you been doing the calisthenics?
This is our 5th year. Yeah.
Really? That's awesome. Yeah. So I've been to the last couple with those. They're fun.
Yeah, they're good times. It's definitely good times. Sometimes they're done really well. There are times we're like, crap, the games are next week. We got to figure this out.
But nobody ever knows it from the outside perspective. Yeah. It's always, even here, when we were setting this whole thing up, our ribbon cutting was yesterday, and we were not prepared until 5 minutes before it started.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was able to catch my breath until, probably about now.
Well, it's because, that's the thing, though. I would say the same thing about the Calisthenics Games. It's not me.
Yeah.
Right? It's the team.
Exactly.
So what you don't see, like you might see me, Terry's the guy with Calisthenics Games, but what you don't see is the team of people helping me pull it off.
It takes a village.
At the 11th hour, yeah.
Yep,
so
exactly.
You know exactly what that's like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was saying today, if it wasn't for my family, my staff, everybody that was here, one way or another, people that contributed, the Spring Hill community is incredible, the support we've gotten.
Yeah.
Every little person.
Seeing them all here yesterday was crazy.
Yeah, every little person that played a part into it, it just would not have been possible without them. And a lot of people don't see that, so I was hoping we can highlight it a little bit social media wise, but we'll get there. We'll get to review tomorrow and all that stuff.
In time. It's hard to do all of that at once.
Need more hands.
Yeah, right. So in brief, I wanted to, so we have, we're established the relationship, so you understand how long we've known each other. But it wasn't until recently that we actually kind of come together on this. And mind you, I didn't have much to say or to plan with your business model.
Yeah.
You came spit shine and ready to roll. So she came to me with this business plan. I was like, let's talk about it because I might have a couple of ideas. So talk about that meeting a little bit.
Yeah, so it was, I think I actually reached out to you because we were getting to a point where we were trying to set a foundation for sponsorships, and I knew you had your thing, and I was like, come sell it, or like come add your info, like make us look good by putting your stuff on there, basically. So it was free marketing for you, but you came to me a couple days later telling me that you're doing this. So when you said, hey, I have a couple ideas I might be able to help you with, I was like, I am always open, which is something I don't think people can be hesitant on, with being open about business. Like when you have your plan, it's hard to go away from it. It did not take long for me when I started this process, though, to be like, you have to be open to what people say. So it was a perfect time when you came in and we had our meeting. It was mostly about marketing stuff. And it's funny, I'm 26. I'm in the heart of the age where I should be a rock star at marketing. And I am not.
It's a little more difficult.
It's hard. And I was getting attraction, like it's not bad, but every January I try to read up on like the different algorithms and all that. But our meeting, like you had so much more that I hadn't thought of. And when you're in the midst of trying to build a business and build everything, even the simplest things sometimes you forget about. So you were just there to help me put it together, and everything I still have the pictures that we took of the whiteboard, like writing out our ideas, and yeah, I just ran with everything. It was great.
So yeah, and I want to speak to, the marketing aspect of running a business, the management part of a business. I love that. It's my opinion, and I've been doing it a long time. So that stuff,
you're killing it there.
Yeah, that stuff comes easy for me. What I loved about our meeting so much was your ability to come up in, like, you had so much work ethic right out the gate. Like the amount of work ethic you had, and you came and you were like, I am, like, you came teachable.
Yeah.
And for me, that was so huge. When the teachability is like, let the guard down, and kind of set your pride aside,
right,
and absorb as much information as you can. That doesn't happen all the time.
No,
yeah.
No, and it's crazy because I think that's something I learned just with the Spring Hill community. Being from Chicago, love my hometown, but everything was a competition with one another, and when people offered advice, it was more like, it wasn't as kind, there just wasn't as much openness to it. So when I moved to Spring Hill and I saw how open everybody is, even today at the grand opening, someone who does have a children's business, like we started partnering and connecting. There's just so much openness and welcoming, and that's how you're going to grow, when you network with people and being open to things. So I was so open to hear what you had to say. You just helped so much.
Well, I appreciate that, but I also appreciate your work ethic, and I think if you all hear this, there is a level of tenacity that it takes to push when you push through, right?
Yeah.
It is exhausting, but it is rewarding.
It is.
Yeah. So I want for a second, like, talk to the person on the fence, like right now, like someone who hasn't even started pinning their idea down.
Yeah.
Like they haven't written it down. What would you say?
It takes a special, I don't know what the right word is. Work ethic is absolutely it, but you have to love what you're doing to push through. That would be the biggest thing. It broke me a couple times. I had plenty of nights where I cried, and when we got this space, we technically only had 6 days to turn it around, which is unheard of. We got in here late, and I can honestly say every single day there was a new challenge I had to hurdle. Like, I went about from Christmas until maybe 2 weeks ago, I got my first day off, and I was putting in 12-hour days every single day. And it was tiring, but my dad even would check in with me and be like, wow, you sound miserable. It's really unfortunate. And I was like, I swear I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I love what I do, and it's the thing that gets me up in the morning. It's another day, another challenge, but that's fine, because at the end of the day, you figured it out. It worked out. So it takes a lot, and you just have to be ready for it. You have to be willing to put in that kind of work, because it will reward you. And today it's the afternoon and I get to go celebrate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited.
You did
I
well.
can finally catch my breath.
Yes,
And
congratulations.
thank you. Thank you.
But I would like to point out, I remember her day off because she called me about business, and it had, you weren't off work. So maybe
Not
tomorrow.
really. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow she'll be off work. Yeah, so that's, the grind is real. And I will say this, like,
That's a good way to put it. The grind is real.
it is real. It
Yes.
is not, like, if you think I'm going to be an entrepreneur because I want to be my own boss, and in somewhere back in your head you think that means I'll work less, because every boss you've seen in your life
Right.
seems like they don't work as hard as you do. It is not the truth for being a business owner.
And a great thing to add with it is, so I've actually been wanting to do this since I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Like, I remember sitting at my desk doing homework, whatever project I was doing, and I didn't know what the details of that I wanted to do. The two things I knew was I wanted to start a business, and I wanted to find a way to impact people in a positive way. So just after I turned 22, I moved to Tennessee. I wanted to be in a place that was a greenland. I love the idea of starting from the ground up. I know that means there's more of a grind. It's harder, but I like seeing where I can take something.
Sure.
So over the years, we've refined how we're going about it, never gave up. But even from the moment of when we had our mobile program to this, I thought I was prepared. All this time, you can prepare for a year, you can study for 2 years. You get to the heart of it, and the work ethic is just so different. So many things you think you're prepared for just hit you, and you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Okay, cool. Like, it just one after another. So
Well, I think that's good advice. Like, we've said that before on the vlog, is that your ability to pivot.
yes,
So your ability to pivot with with the unexpected
Right.
is that's you literally climbing the mountain of success.
well, and I think that's just great for life too in general, because
Yeah.
life never goes according to plan. And
No.
I can tell you this plan every 5 minutes. Plan changes, it seems like. So you're just getting used to rolling with the punches, which
For sure.
was not easy for me, but it
Yeah.
works.
And we, I hope to work with you more on this and
Yes.
refine this a little bit more.
Yes.
Brick and mortar is so different than anything like digital.
Yeah.
Like, digital entrepreneurship is a whole other beast compared to brick and mortar. This is tricky.
It is.
There are a lot more things to worry about. So we'll check back in with you on this.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to get her off here because there's people trying to get in. But
Good.
I appreciate you on the video today. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Any final words? Like, how can people follow you?
You can follow us at NEG Playhouse on Instagram, or find us on Facebook. Yeah, we'll just see our progress. We'll be sharing a lot of information about this weekend, so
Cool.
definitely go follow us.
So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.